Hi Virgo, how are we? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are just looking at the end of October, so just a little bit more than the weekly, but finishing off October's energy before we move on over into November and the Halloween themed stuff next week. So definitely keep an eye out for all of that. This week, we are going to be using the Wing, Hoof and Paw Animal Companion Oracle. I also have the Yin Yang Oracle here, and pulling everything together this week with the Slavic Folklore Lenormand. All right, I'm just feeling like, Virgo, you're just like slightly out of step with everything this week. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that means as of yet. It's just things are slightly backwards or just slightly out of step, to maybe just feeling slightly off this week. But we'll go through that as we go. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel, of course, as well. Make sure the notifications are on and all that, so you can keep updated when I post videos. I'm doing a bit of a twist on the Celtic Cross layout today. I will just grab out all your cards and then we will sort of go on through. Okay, Virgo, starting off with your main energy for the end of October. Virgo, main energy for Virgo, the end of October. What is going on for our Virgos? Oh, right. Okay. I had the exact same overview card for Taurus, and I literally just spoke to the universe and said, go easy on the earth signs. Clarifying the main energy for Virgo. What else? What is going on for, like I said, just feeling just a step out of place. I keep feeling like I'm about to mess up all my words or something, say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Yeah, it's just a little bit off kilter, Virgo. What is going on? What does Virgo need to know about for the end of October? And the energy around you, Virgo. Okay, the energy around our Virgos, the end of October. The external influences around Virgo. Challenges and obstacles for Virgo. Advice for our Virgos. As well as the outcomes for Virgo for the end of October, please. Some of you really do have strong Taurus energy here. So some of you are dealing with Taurus people. Some of you may have strong Taurus placements. If you do know your Taurus placements, if that's the case, you may want to check the Taurus reading as well as we go, because I am just sort of seeing that I've got like, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 cards all came out for Taurus. Most of them in different placements, other than this main overview card. This was the exact same card that Taurus had, the pig. Okay, the little piggy. It's actually about luck, the pig energy here. Because you can see, look at this little pig. He's lucky. He's got his little bow tie. He's not being shipped off to market. He's a lucky pig. So in some cultures, pigs are very, very lucky energy, revered even. But there's, the pig energy is very varied energy. But in this particular energy, it does talk about, all things luck related. I do have that clarified for you. I have the feminine coming through first here. I have the knight or the rider in the traditional deck, as well as the mice. So that talks about a pretty clear message, and it's just very, very straightforward. It is saying a woman with good news from the past, from the loss, from the stress. The mouse there is something in the past. It's something that you feel like you've lost or was taken from you in some kind of way. Like sometimes it's a missed opportunity. Sometimes it's a person, like an ex. Um, so with the feminine energy there as well, I dare say this probably is directly a person from your past that you have sort of lost contact with. I feel like it's contact, lost. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's an ex. It could be a family member. Quite often the feminine would talk about, like a maternal figure, like a mother or a grandmother and those sorts of things. So for some of you, it could be along those lines here, a mother figure for you. Very matriarchal kind of energy. So this person does feel like a mother, whether they are your mother or not. It does feel like a mother type energy. And even if they're not a mother, they're very mothering. They're very like nurturing and emotional kind of people. But it's kind of like they're on their way with news. Generally good news with that knight. That's the rider in the traditional deck. So it's generally good news. So it's kind of that energy of like something that you lost is now being found. So that's with the luck blended in there. It's very much like something that was lost once is now found. Something that used to stress you out or something that has been eating away at you is now coming back around in some sort of way. For some of you, I do pick up straight away that this might just be for closure between you and this person. And it's kind of that energy, maybe you're hearing something about you. It may not be that person specifically coming forward. Maybe it's like you're receiving an update about what's going on in their life or something along those lines. And for some of you as well, this person is coming to you directly saying, I've lost something. I've lost this. I've lost that. Virgo, can you help me? Because I've lost XYZ and I need you to help me find it. So I don't know what that means for some of you, but that may be something that's kind of happening for some of you here. I'm getting very similar energy I was getting with Taurus, which is that the energy is being a little bit cagey here. And lately I have experienced this a lot lately. And what it has been sort of referring to when the energy feels this way, Virgo, is that there's so many variables in your energy right now. All right. So there's a lot of changes occurring, and a lot of these things that are happening in your life right now are things that, a month from now, you will turn around and you will say, I can't believe how different my life is now. I can't believe how much has changed. I feel like a different person. That kind of stuff, those sorts of changes have been occurring for a few people, right? At the last few weeks and ongoing. And I really do feel that you're another one that this is kind of a bit of a October itself. And like this reading is spanning until the end of the October here. It kind of really feels like it's another one where, this is your opportunity to tie up loose ends. And, those things that have been eating away at your energy and have been sort of niggling away in the back of your head, now is the opportunity to, rush into those and sort those out for once and for all kind of thing. Especially with that knight in the middle there, because that's very fast energy. You can see this in this deck, it's actually 3 horses with riders coming in quick. So it's like things coming in quick. So changes might be coming in really quickly around you in your life at the moment too. So it's that last chance to kind of tie up any loose ends here, Virgo. The external influences on you at the moment, we have the bouquet, the flowers. Okay, so reciprocal energy is very important. So the more that you're giving, the more that you're receiving. All right. So you may be receiving quite a lot, time, love, energy from others, but it's coming through. It is coming through a little bit in the sense of obligation, that people are giving you things, time, love, money, energy, but they're kind of expecting that to be returned. So just be aware of that. It does feel as though that is an external influence because it's coming with expectation and obligation, some sort of responsibility to return that, because it usually is very reciprocal energy. We do see quite often gifts coming through with that as well. So it's kind of that energy of like, because we're already past Virgo season, but it's kind of that energy of, I gave you something, so now you have to give me what I want. Like, for some of you, it's got to do with gifts, like actual gifts, presents that people have given you, or maybe give you in this next week or so. Someone may be physically giving you something because it's kind of like a little bit like they want to butter you up so that they can take something. Does that kind of make sense? So very, very reciprocal giving, but it's a little bit obligationary energy as an external influence here. And the challenge and the obstacles we see for you here, we have the bird. Okay, so the bird as an obstacle, it does talk about needing to be wiser, needing to use your wisdom, especially when it comes to conversations that we're having with others. And especially, the challenge, the obstacle may directly be for some of you, people talking about your business, to be honest, or, because it is a little bit chatty, gossipy, rumor type energy there. And it's like false excitement a little bit as well. So it's like the excitement is a bit of a challenge because it builds something up, but then there's this loophole of it being taken away, if that makes sense. That with this as the external, it's like something gets built up, the excitement gets built up, Oh, I got a present, I got a gift, but you're not seeing its conditionals. There is the fine print, and the fine print is coming through in a bit of chatter, gossipy type energy. So needing to just be aware of that. Virgo, your advice at the moment, we have the fox coming through, clarified by the book. Now, these two cards do have one keyword that they share. That is intelligence. Okay, so your advice is to be intelligent, to be very logical and rational, do your research, be a little bit selfish, I want to say as well, because the fox is, it can be perceived as selfish, but it's not really selfish. It's about doing what the fox needs to do to survive. The fox does what it needs to do to survive. It says what it needs to say to get what it needs out of the situation. But you are needing to do your due diligence and do your research about what it is you actually need from the situation. And doing your background research and learning a little bit more about the situation or the person that you're dealing with in order to get what you want out of that situation. Okay, so you're needing to be a little bit sneaky, to be completely honest, about doing your research. Being a little, making sure you educate yourself on the best way to get the outcome that you want. Which the outcome that you are getting here, we have the wolf, the dog energy coming through here. So that's actually quite a good energy, because that talks about support, understanding, compassion, devotion, friendship, coming through, as an outcome. So it's kind of being a better friend to yourself, I feel, for most of you, simply because I'm seeing the fox there as your advice, and then we're seeing the dog, the wolf, as an outcome. And those two, in that frame would specifically talk about being a good friend to yourself, doing what you need to do for you. Because, you go and do all these things for everyone else and you show your support to everyone else. But where's the support for you, Virgo? You need to really focus on your own survival in these situations. And that is part of being intelligent and rational, which is your advice, okay? To be intelligent and rational and do your research on the situation and work out how you best can get support, understanding, compassion, all that sort of thing. How can you better be a friend to yourself? So as an outcome, I feel that, you are learning how to be a bit of a better friend to you, first and foremost, all right? Not being a friend to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, being a friend to Virgo, number one, all right? Putting yourself first for the end of the month here, Virgo. Anything else Virgo needs to be aware of here? Anything else Virgo needs to be aware of? Extra messages for Virgo for the end of October. Ooh, that's why we saw luck as your main energy, because this is actually working out in your highest good, for your highest good, because we have trust in the divine timing card, trust. That these are, it's tying up those loose ends. It's everything needing to fall into place so that you can move forward, Virgo. So it's integration and union with yourself, okay? Everything falling into place for you. Everything, those loose ends being tied up and integrated into the rich tapestry that is you. So you're coming into union with yourself. You're trusting yourself a little bit more, and divine timing is working in your favor here. You're also integrating and coming into union with, this is coming off the fox energy. We have the detachment, the cold energy there. This is actually telling me you're learning how and when you need to use detachment and cold as ice energy, in your favor. That it's not being a horrible person. You're not being a bad friend by being detached from a situation or cold to somebody when you need to for you. Sometimes we need to detach from a situation because it is stressing us out too much. It's taking too much of our time, our energy. It's giving us false obligation, and it's putting expectations on us that we do not want. It is okay to detach and act coldly towards people when you need to for your own survival. And that's kind of what you're integrating that into, part of you right now is that you don't have to be Mr. Nice Guy all the time. That sometimes you do need to stand up for yourself and be a better friend to yourself, by being a little bit more detached from situations at times. Okay, so that's what we've got for you today, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, especially if that is a Taurus placement. I recommend that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon.